Hey friends, welcome back. This is Ashley with Uncommon Roots Homestead, and today Liam and I are over at the land and we're gonna check on Fury, see how he's doing, and run him around the perimeter. Can you hear him? Let's do it. All right, so we've gotten a lot of rain and we had the delivery, so everything is a little bit torn up down here. Fury is sad. He knows I'm here. I've been here for a little bit and he's just been crying in the corner down there. Not happy about me not coming straight to see him, but he's got to learn that he's on our timetable. So what we're trying to do is a couple times every day, we're trying to walk him around the perimeter of the pasture. So the reason for this is twofold. We want him to learn the perimeter because eventually it'll be his job to protect this area. So we want to make sure, oh, there's a hawk up there. Guess I should go check on the girls. They look all right. The hawk went overhead. But anyways, it's going to be his job to protect this area. And then also we want him to learn how to be on a leash, because though he won't be on a leash very often, when he is, we want him to know how to walk on a leash. A lot of farm dogs actually don't know how to walk on a leash. So, hey bud. Hi. You say hi to our friends? Say hi. So I'm going to take him, I'm going to walk the perimeter, and then we're going to go see the chickens and see how he does. Come on. Fury, sit. 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 Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so we made it up to the top of the property. We did a circle around the garden. He's tying me up in his leash. I wanted to talk a little bit about why we got Fury, because I know there are a lot of different opinions in the homestead community about livestock guardian dogs, when they're necessary, when they're not, whether or not Great Pyrenees are the best breed or not, for all of the different things. We do have a lot of reasons why we ended up with Fury, not to mention that we knew the farm that he came from, and so we had interacted with the dogs, and we knew that, you know, that litter was being raised on a farm that was really similar to ours. But also, I have this grand vision of letting our chickens range in their quarter-acre pasture. I don't want to put a covering on it. I want to just let them kind of roam. It's tangling up in my feet. And with that, poultry are really susceptible to predators, obviously. Ground predators like foxes and coyotes, as well as sky predators like hawks and crows and things like that. So the biggest way to deter all predators is with a livestock guardian dog. Now, right now, the only stock that we have are our poultry. That's it. It's Fury and 22 chickens. That's all we have. That's not necessarily ideal for a livestock guardian dog. Livestock guardian dogs are herd animals. They like to be herds. They like to bond with other livestock. That's why you often see them with goats or other like larger stock. The thing with poultry or a flock is that a livestock guardian dog can't herd with poultry. He can guard them, but he can't actually bond with them. In fact, we don't want him to. We want him to ignore them and pretend that they don't exist. There are some conflicting opinions on whether or not you can successfully train a livestock guardian dog to guard chickens. But in our experience, We know a lot of farms that have successfully done that and trained their puppies from a young age, being really cautious, but to live with their flock. So our goal is to eventually have Fury live in with the flock full time. Obviously right now, he does not live in there. He only gets supervised visits, and right now those visits are leashed. Eventually we'll work him off the leash, but we don't plan on really trusting him fully until he's, closer to 2 years old. There's just a lot of risk in that. And so we want to make sure that we're being the best stewards that we can be of the animals that are in our flock. And that means that this little hyper puppy, he is not going to be trusted around our birds, at least not yet. But eventually he will be. And also eventually we will have larger stock. And so I've gotten some questions like, what are you going to do with him once you have larger stock that he wants to bond to? He will bond to us. And that's kind of where some of the controversy comes in. Come on, Fury, you're being a good boy. He will bond to us. We don't actually need him to bond with our stock. We might get a second livestock guardian dog when we do increase the animals that we have here, depending on our predator pressure. But for now, that's his purpose. That's why we got him. And we're really excited to kind of go on this journey and figure it out together. And we'll share the tips that we come across. I will say it's been difficult to find a lot of information on people who train their livestock guardian dogs to live with poultry. There's not a lot of information on it. So we're excited to kind of forge the way and share what we find. Phew. Going up and down is quite exhausting. Whew. But we just took Fury around for his lap around the land, and he's doing really good. I'm really impressed. I took him in the chicken yard. I didn't record that just because right now he's young. We want to be able to give him our full attention. Don't want to be distracted while we have, he's young, but he's like 40 pounds. A 40-pound dog could easily take out a couple of chickens if neglected for just a minute or two. So we want to give him our full attention when we're training him. Whew, and I need to exercise with a baby strapped to me more. I'm tired. But I did want to take you guys down to the chicken yard now that I've put him up for the night, and show you what it looks like. We showed you a little bit in the other video that we posted earlier this week. But as you found out, that evening was quite the experience. It was quite the experience. We had a lot going on, so I didn't really talk about the finished run. But look how good that looks. I am so impressed. I'm so excited. So this will be pretty much where our kitchen window sits and looks out. Isn't that gorgeous? I always wanted to be able to look out and to see the chickens like just in their element. And they have so much space in that yard that I think we're going to be able to actually portion it out and sow. So we're going to sow some sunflowers. What we'll do basically is section out a whole portion, and then on this part of it, we'll sow some sunflowers and things like that, and then let it grow, let them get established. Once they're probably 6 to 12 inches tall, we'll open it back up so they can go in there, and we'll section off the next section and kind of sow that way. We talked about maybe trying corn, things like that they can eat, but also that can provide them a little bit of shade and air cover. We do have a lot of hawks in this area. They've only been in this coop for about a week. We haven't lost anyone yet, but we do know that we have that pressure from above. So the more that we can do to kind of give them protection, the better. But they do have a lot of space. They've been spending a lot of time under the coop there. I think, they're smarter than we give them credit for, and they know when there's danger around most of the time. So if they have a place that they can go that is protected, they will usually do that. So that, coupled with, Fury being here, I think is going to be really good for them. But anyways, my whole vision in building our house the way that we're building it and building the chicken coop here was that we would be able to look out and just see them. I just think they're so beautiful, and yeah, there's just something so cool about being so close to your food. You know, we talk about it all the time, but why we do what we do. We want to live this lifestyle because we want to intimately know and appreciate where our food is coming from. And for us, that means being able to look out the kitchen window and literally see where the eggs we're eating for breakfast came from. I think that's really cool, and I'm really excited about it. Now, this, I don't know about that. Kevin's gonna love this, but I might ask him to move it. I don't know that I want to see that also out my kitchen window, but maybe I do. All those other parents out there understand. Sometimes it's nice to be able to look out the kitchen window and see the kids and not have to, you know, worry, even when you do have a large amount of space that they could be roaming in. So, TBD on the location of the trampoline. But, yeah, I just wanted to walk you guys around today, let you see kind of what a day in the life looks like right now. Also, I have to show you this. So, you guys know from our video earlier this week that we had the truck sliding incident. That's where that took place. Definitely don't want to relive that anytime soon. That was a horrible evening. It was one of those things that I'm sure we will look back at and laugh and be able to share that advice with homesteaders that we meet that are new. But man, that was a rough night. But we're past it. The chickens are putting themselves to bed. We'll just lock it up tonight before we leave. Fury has stopped crying and gone to bed too. And that's that. It's a day right now. Enjoying the season we're in, being excited about what's to come, and really thankful that we get to share it with you. So thanks for joining me today. I hope that you have a wonderful day, rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.